Oh, it's awesome, awesome. Got a lot out of it, got some great ideas.
I thought she was fabulous. We could totally relate in our office. We have floaters, we have workers. She was just phenomenal.
I thought it was very engaging. I thought she was funny, very good, and different spin on things. I had a great time.
I go through a lot of drama like she has, and I wake up each day and put on my happy face and work through it just like she does. So I personally related to her on that level as well. So it's nice to know when you're going through it with somebody else too.
Yeah, I think the hard part will be figuring out what aspect to use every day or in a different day, because there's so many.
Just in case there's anyone in the audience right now thinking to themselves, so what's with the Ellen DeGeneres knockoff as our keynote speaker? So just in case anyone was thinking that or whispering it to the person beside them, I think what I'll do is I'll start things off by reintroducing myself, just in case there's any confusion about my identity. So my name is Susan Stewart, and I'm an author and what they call an inspirational speaker. Seeing the lighter side of stuff does not come easy for me. It never has, and it probably never will. I'm not like one of those people. You know those people. Those people who are always happy, always in a good mood, always got their sense of humor, always got something optimistic to say. Like all hell could be breaking loose, and there they are with a big smile on their face, kind of floating around thinking, I'm loved, loving, and lovable. So annoying. No. That's just for jokes. That's just for jokes. I'm not angry. I call them the floaters. Just everything is so friggin' good. No problem. So, right, the floaters. Do we have any floaters here today? I think they're scared, Tanya. I think they're scared. They don't want to admit it. I'm not angry at you floaters. I'm amazed. I'm amazed because I'm in the other group, and there could be some people along, in this group with me. I call them the workers. You got to work at it. Like, have you ever had that feeling where, when something goes down at work, you got to work really hard at not wanting to hurt someone? Like you got to kind of do some deep breathing, go to your happy place, find some alcohol. It's like, yeah, and so that's me. I gotta just work at it. Now what I mean when I say I work at it, it just means that I try to dig deep. I try to just be more aware of how I'm seeing things and thinking about things, and consciously choose to see things and think about things in a way that's going to work for me rather than against me. That's what it means to work at it. I think that's what people mean when they are working at it. So you can call this a lot of things. Awareness, mindfulness, consciousness. Really, it's just this awakened state of mind that most likely has saved you from flatulating in a yoga class. Right? You gotta work at that. Can I get an amen, ladies? Or gentlemen, I don't want to assume. Yeah, I gotta work at it. Honestly, that's it. It just kind of gotta be on my game, very conscious. So you can call it a lot of things. It really is about paying attention to those thoughts, to those belief systems. Because honestly, if I'm not careful, if I'm not on my game, I can easily become a depressed and anxious inspirational speaker. Again, I wish I was kidding in that part of my program, but again, I'm just being vulnerable. I don't think I'm alone, though. I think there's a lot of people that got to work at it. I think there's a lot of workers and not many floaters. In fact, I would say the floaters are now in the minority. They're the oddballs, aren't they? Well, for example, like, when you're at work and you see somebody like laughing, smiling away, seeming to be really, really enjoying themselves, what's a typical reaction to that? What's a typical reaction? Yeah, you're suspicious. You're like... up with her? She must be on some kind of good drugs we don't know about. Either that or she's having an affair. Oh, yeah, that must be it. She's lost some weight, and those are new highlights. Right? But I want to share, just quickly, three ideas about how to see the lighter side. Now, the floaters. This will just be an affirmation for you. Bear with me. You'll be eating soon. Now, workers, listen up. Now, the way or the reason we argue with our reality is because we have expectations. Right? We expect ourselves, other people, our circumstances to be different than we or they are. So that's really the kind of the little shift in consciousness. The way to live more awakened is just to see if you can catch yourself in the act of expressing an expectation. And you know what? It's actually not as hard as it may seem. Because anytime you are entrenched in an expectation, you say the word should. Yep. Should. I should, they should, this should. Anybody here ever had a bad case of the shoulds? You know, this should not be happening. Things around here should be a lot different. He should know better by now. She should apologize to them. I should get out more. We should not be having to deal with this. He should find a good therapist. They should not be getting married. She should mind her own business. And I should tell her. Yeah, it's tough to kind of see the lighter side of things if you're sitting there shooting yourself, right? And now you can kind of call people out at work. You can kind of hold people accountable, when they are entrenched in those expectations, they're not accepting something. The next time somebody's doing that, they're arguing with the reality, you can say, hey, enough with your expectations. You're shooting all over the place. Our true nature is joy. Our true nature, or our default setting, is unconditional love, right? Like, you didn't pop out of your mother's womb with any kind of mind chatter going on, right? You didn't pop out that day and go, oh my God, what the hell just happened? Oh, that was disgusting. And what's up with, she looks horrible. How do you do your hair? Put on some makeup. Right? We don't have that's something that evolves, that is part of the ego mind. But at the beginning, we don't have any of these, what I call hindrances of the mind. Hindrances of the mind. Expectations is a hindrance of the mind, as much as assumptions or attachments or stories. Honestly, this is not part of our true nature. That's not who you really are. You are not your negative thoughts. No. You may create negative thoughts, but your true nature is joy. Honestly, I've never seen a baby in its 9th or 10th month, crawling around all stressed out because it's thinking to itself, I should be walking by now. God, I'm such a loser. So my second idea, we have acceptance. Now we move into just being here now. The present moment. I know I'm not blazing a massive trail, right through the center of this room right now. You're like, wow, I've never heard this stuff. Wow, what a revolutionary. I know that these themes are common, but really this is, I think, so powerful for us to recognize that any time that we are not in the present moment, we are probably replaying or predicting, and it's making us take things far too seriously. So my idea is to just catch yourself in the past or the future and bring yourself back to the present moment. And you know what? I'm going to put you guys to a test. Because you probably all drove here, or you're probably going to get into a car very soon in your life. Okay, so here's the little test to see if you can be in the present moment. Next time you're in the car, like if you're driving away today, or next time when you're in the car, check and see if you're in the car. Yeah. Now, I know you're physically going to be in the car, but where will your attention be? Where will your focus be? Right? I mean, I can't believe how many times I have been driving home, and I have all these thoughts go through my mind. And not one of them will pertain to the fact that I'm operating heavy machinery that's in motion. And I'll drive into my driveway, right? I'll park my car, I'll sit back, and I'll think to myself, now how the hell did I get here? I hope everybody's okay. Didn't feel a thud. Oh, good. I think we made it. Or maybe some people don't drive here, so let me just give you one more test. Okay, the next time you're in the shower in the morning, shower in the morning, maybe before work. Next time you're in the shower, check and see if you're in the shower. Right? How many times are we in the shower? Oh, but we're busy. Oh yeah, we're already having that conversation with that person. We're already doing that thing on our to-do list. We're already making that phone call. Like really, I just want you to sit back right now and consider how many times you've showered with the people you work with. That is a daunting number, ladies and gentlemen. And just so you know, I showered with all of you this morning. You're welcome. Now, and it's funny, I can always catch myself not in the present moment when I'm in the shower, because I will have absolutely no idea if I put the conditioner in my hair, right? You're like, well, how could I? I was in the middle of a meeting. I have learned this the hard way, that suffering in that way of stress cannot exist where there is gratitude. You cannot hold those two mindsets at the same time. And, abundance in our life. Abundance, we always talk about abundance. Abundance isn't something that we acquire. It is something that we are simply aware of. It's something that we tune into. So I'm going to put you right back in the car. Before I go, I'm going to put you right back in the car. Next time you're stuck in traffic. Right? That's a moment where we can get a little frustrated, a little worked up. We can take that too seriously. Okay, the next time you are stuck in traffic, I want you to remember me. I want you to sit back and just say to yourself, wow, look at me in my car. Right? Look at you in your car. Those things are expensive. And no matter how bad or how slow moving the traffic is, you know what, guys? Walking would take longer. Like, we're still ahead. Or in the grocery store. How many people get stressed out in the grocery store when they're standing there and there's this long checkout line? You've decided to grocery shop when the whole world is grocery shopping. Or maybe you've seen somebody standing in a long checkout line looking absolutely disgusted with life. Do you see it? Like, the plant. Right? Like, can we just be mindful again of how good we've got it? Right here we are standing in a checkout line in a place where there's all kinds of food and products readily accessible, and we're just spending a few minutes waiting to buy it with all of our money. Like, honestly, I just think an attitude of gratitude in that moment can help lift our spirits. And really, when you think about it, I'm pretty sure hunting and gathering would take longer. Guys, we're still ahead. And the last little point that I want to make, and it goes back to the fact that, gosh, those pioneers, I believe, kind of were happier than we are now. And that's startling. Because when you think about it, our standard of living has steadily increased over decades. And yet our personal sense of satisfaction has not. It has been proven. It has been studied so much, especially in positive psychology. Really think about it. I mean, have you seen the horror on some people's faces? Like when their technology doesn't work. Right? When their phone lets them down. Have you seen the horror on some people's faces? When they're standing there, on a call and their signal drops when they're on their phone? Have you seen that? Like, hello, 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 hello? Hold on, I gotta call them back. Right? Can we just be mindful again? Right there's where gratitude could just chill us out, if you've ever been that person. Because when you think about it, here we are holding a phone that used to be attached to the kitchen wall. Right? Didn't we love the kitchen phone the best because it had that super long cord? We just loved it. Right? Look at us, the kitchen phone is in our hand now. And guys, how many people here have smartphones? Like BlackBerry, iPhone, Android? Yeah, right now, we got the kitchen phone and the computer. Oh, but we'll be damned if it's slow connecting us to the internet. Come on! Like, can we just have a a moment there and just kind of just realize that we're holding something in our hand that is somehow, like magically, sending signals to and from Mars. Oh, but if it takes a few extra seconds to do that, we call it a piece of crap and we want a new one. I want a spaceship! Right, can't we just lighten up? Can't we just see how good we've got it? And maybe you can stand there and smile with great anticipation as Facebook uploads to the screen. And then you can stand there and you can smile as you say, wow, somebody I hardly even know wants to be my friend. Wow, look at me and my new friend. So, will you remember me in traffic? Okay? Now, if you sense somebody beside you, kind of, you know, when you're in traffic and then there's that guy in the lane beside you, kind of taking things too seriously, probably suffering a little, getting all worked up, be my messenger. Go out there. Change the world. So look over at him, put your window down, and smile at him. And say, hey! Look at you in your car! Now you're gonna get the finger. But you'll be feeling so good it won't even matter. And so guys, I'm left with this. I'm left just feeling an amazing irony in all of this, and that is, there is lightness in all of this technology, in these modern devices, because I don't know about you, but I can't help but feel very uplifted and perhaps a little lighthearted each and every time my GPS tells me that I have arrived. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste. Let's hug it out.
Oh, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Good job. Good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. You have been such a delight. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you.
Very uplifting. Lots to think about. Saw myself in a few examples. Lots of laughing.
I found it entertaining and informative at the same time, and reflective.
Great event. Susan was excellent, inspiring. Gave us a lot to think about.
Oh, it was terrific. It was uplifting. It made me think about things in a whole new way, and I'm going to take a lot of that home with me and share it.
It was fabulous, just fabulous. I really, really enjoyed it.